Okay, so pay-per-click ads. This is how we start getting the money rolling in. This is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze how do we know what our goal is. I hope that we have a strategy for why we're spending money. If you don't have a strategy for spending money, then don't spend money, because you need to spend money in order to make money. If not, then don't spend it, because then you're just wasting it, and we don't like wasting money. Research your keywords and demographics, similar to search engine optimization. We'll get into exactly how to do that for ads. We're going to talk about split testing, because that is probably the most important thing you can do with your pay-per-click ads, even more so than keywords, and I'll explain why. Your landing page is key, because your pay-per-click ads will drive traffic somewhere. They're going to drive it to a landing page, so that better work. And you're also going to do what Susan loves to do, which is continuous and regular analysis. And, of course, as always, quality content also applies to pay-per-click ads. Make sure you're clear and targeted in your ads for greater efficiency. So let's go right into what all that means in greater detail. Know your goal. People like Stephen Covey, Jay Abraham, and a lot of other business coaches and even personal coaches will tell you to start with the end in mind. And that means basically know your outcome, know your goal. What is the purpose of this campaign? Why are you buying pay-per-click ads in the first place? Are you trying to sell product? Are you trying to convert people into actual customers? Or are you just trying to convert people into likers, for example, if it's a Facebook ad? Are you just trying to grow your likes? Are you trying to grow your awareness? What is the actual purpose of the campaign? And you need to have a general idea besides your pay-per-click campaign. What is your cost per customer acquisition? If you don't know this, this is basically a business 101 question. You will be asked this by investors and other people around your business as you grow. How much does it cost you to get a customer? You need to know that. And your pay-per-click, it's a lot easier to figure that out, because all the math is right there for you. And we'll get into that in a minute. So you're going to research your keywords and demographics. The keywords, if you're going to place a Google or Bing ad, you're going to see what keywords are optimized for this ad, for your landing page, for your website, what your customers are looking for, what they're searching for the most, what are the most effective keywords. On Facebook, you can really target demographics really solidly, so that you're only displaying your Facebook ads to people who are most likely ready to make a move and either purchase or become a fan of your page or business. How we do that is use Google AdWords. We're going to use the Facebook ad tool, that when you create Facebook pay-per-click ads, you want to keep them on Facebook. We talked about this a little bit in our Facebook presentation a couple of weeks ago, and it's also available from the link that Susan put up earlier and on the Circle Marketing blog if you want to check that out. That's all about Facebook timeline marketing. So the general rule, we're going to go over that later in landing pages, but basically when you buy Facebook ads, keep them on Facebook. It'll be cheaper for you, and that's always good. Target with long tail strategy, like we had talked about before. Always want to do more targeted ads, like anything else. You want less general traffic, more targeted traffic. Instead of paying to have 1,000 people come to your site, you'd rather have 100 people that are ready to buy, because you're gonna spend less money, convert higher percentages, and make more money, pay less per customer. That is your ultimate goals with doing these things. The more specific, the better. And always, like we said with the optimization, you always want to change out your ads often. The New York Daily News, that newspaper that has very, let's just say, crazy stories, they have a great Facebook marketing campaign where they put out a different ad every single day. So people who would see the ad that didn't click, they would eventually see an ad that they liked that appealed to them, so that they would click. And those who do click on your ads, you have the ability in Facebook to not show them an ad again if they've already liked your page. So that saves you from getting an extra click or someone who's already liked your stuff. So there's a lot of help out there. You just have to kind of know a little bit of the intricacies. Now we're going to split test. This is very important. instead of spending $500 on an ad you hope works, or $500 on an ad that you think will work because you did a little bit of keyword and target and demographic research, why not prove it? Let's take 2, 5, or even 10 different ads, different ad copies, different pictures, different messages, and see which ones pull the best. Terminate the ones that have poor click-through rates. Say like you have out of those 5 ads, 2 are really their click-through rates are really high. One of them has no click-throughs. The other one has just a few. Well, dump the ones that aren't performing, because then you don't have to waste your money in something that obviously doesn't work. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. You can spend a portion of what your ad buy is going to be, do all the testing, and optimize from those learnings, and then pump out the major portion of your ad buy into what has already worked, and you have statistics and analytics that prove that those are the most effective ads. So you're optimizing from the learnings of these analysis, and you want to spend big on your big performers. Sounds simple, but a lot of people don't do this, and a lot of people are wasting a lot of money. I don't want anyone on this webinar to be the ones that are wasting the money. We want to be the ones that are making the money. Now, after you have this great click-through rate, where are they going? They're going to a landing page of some sort. They're either going to your home page, or they're going to a landing page on your website, or they're going to your Facebook timeline, or they're going to a Facebook app. 2 out of those things I just said are absolutely wrong places to send them. If you're doing Google ads or even Facebook ads or Bing ads, Yahoo ads, and their pay-per-click ads, you do never send them to your home page. Even if you have a great call to action and incentivized email offers, send them to a landing page, because then you can more directly track exactly what traffic is going into that landing page, and is that traffic converting at an optimal rate. You can also, say like you've narrowed down your pay-per-clicks to 3 optimally performing ads, have them each split up even further, go to 3 different landing pages or 2 different landing pages. Again, you're doing more testing. Find out which pieces of the puzzle are the most profitable for you. Save your money, and then dump a lot more money in when you've fine-tuned your campaign to know exactly the optimal result, to get the optimal results from what you know. Create a tried and true landing page. You could do that. There are some basic templates out there, but the problem with trying to buy the ultimate landing page template is that a lot of people are doing that, and they might have some fatigue after a while with people saying the same thing over and over again. Maybe like, oh, this is just like everything else I've seen. So again, test it, get with a marketing company or a marketing strategist, and really hone in on this, because when you're spending money is when you want to be most strategic and most careful, because it's most important, obviously, especially in these days. Split test your landing pages, like we said. Through the combination of all of this stuff, you're starting to optimize your campaign. Now, like I said, we're analyzing early and often, constantly analyzing, constantly shifting, constantly making things better. Now you're going to know your cost per conversion a little easier. You're going to make sure that you're getting an optimal cost per conversion. What your actual goal is will determine what that acceptable level is. Obviously, we want to focus on a general speak right now. And if you have any questions or want us to help you out with that, we can help you fine-tune a campaign that's exactly right for you, your business model, and what results you're looking to achieve. As always, optimize and change as needed. Don't be the reverse thinker. Hey, look, I got an ad that works. Let me just keep pumping $500 of this every month, because, like we said, what people responded to 2 years ago are different than what they're responding to now, because the entire world was different, economy, everything. So people will respond, hopefully, when we fully recover in a couple of years from now, they will respond differently to different things then. You have to constantly shift, because the world doesn't stop evolving, so your marketing cannot stop evolving either. Let's be clear and targeted in our ads. We're going to promise an offer, and we're going to deliver that offer on a landing page. We're not going to make someone click, click, click. This is why you don't want to have somebody go just to your home page. If you want to talk about one particular product that you offer, make a landing page for that product. Deliver exactly what you promise. Don't have deceptive ad images or suggestively misleading copy. In other words, I saw someone who is trying to get you more Facebook fans. So naturally, just to get more clicks, they had a scantily clad female blowing a kiss. What message does that tell you? Doesn't really send the right message when you're spending marketing dollars. You want to not have deceptive ads that people will click, and those people aren't ready to buy or convert into being customers. People that probably click on that, I'm willing to wager, are looking for something other than what you're offering. Make the offer appealing to your exact demographic. For example, if you're a charity shirt apparel company, like one of our friends, This Shirt Helps is a great charity. They help provide a lot of third world countries with a lot of very valuable resources and help. And when we make an ad for them, we would greatly target that type of consumer who would really be socially conscious, who would really want to do good and make a difference while having a great high-quality shirt to wear. Now, moving on to...
Wait, we have one more we have another question here.
I get another answer.
When using the keyword tool, is it better to use keywords that have thousands or hundreds of searches a month?
I guess of course, we're just talking generalities. Obviously, the more searches, it depends on what it is. For example, if you're the shoe retailer, since we're kind of got on that earlier, if you're the shoe retailer and you want to write shoes because it's got 10 million 10 million searches every single month, well, you're never really going to rank for that, and you're going to pay more. With Google, you're going to have to pay to compete. So if someone's bid at a higher price, you want to bid only 50 cents, and you're trying to rank for shoes because it's got a really high ranking, a really high interest and search volume, then you're never going to even get any clicks for that because you're never even going to get on the page. And then you're just going to spend ridiculous amounts of money to even try to compete with people who are going to get natural, organic, high rankings anyways. So there's where it's kind of like a little bit of yes and no, where you probably also don't want to bother yourself with the people who are only doing 100 searches. What you really want to target on more so is the exact search criteria for your customers who are looking to buy. Like when we did the Quinceañera planner in Los Angeles, there's probably only hundreds of that, but those people are her exact targeted customers.
Right.
So it's kind of like a maybe, but hopefully that expanded explanation helps a little bit. Any other questions?
Nope, not right now.
Okay, great. So let's move on to our next chapter. This is the last chapter for the instructionals before we take some questions, and that is mobile app, to do or not to do. The answer may surprise you, as we're going to talk about after we go over the 4 general points. You have to know the reason why you're going to create a mobile app. I know everyone loves mobile apps. They're like, oh, my God, I can make so much money with the mobile app. But do you know how you're going to make the money with the mobile app? Like a lot of business coaches and managers will ask you, well, how are you going to make money on this? Oh, well, if I can get 1% of the entire app market, well, how are you going to get 1%? I don't know. I just need 1/2 of 1% and I'll be rich. Well, how? I don't know. Then that's the problem. There's also some fake, quote-unquote, fake web apps versus real legitimate mobile apps that we'll briefly touch on just to avoid certain things. And we'll go over some cost expectations. So if you're generally asking, should I create a mobile app? The answer is probably no. You probably won't be able to justify the ROI, and if you think you're going to make a lot of money on it, you're probably not because of the reasons that we're going to go over right now. Know the reason why. What is the purpose of creating a mobile app? The top performers for mobile maps are games and social networking utility applications. They are the tops. We've got Angry Birds, we've got Draw Something, we've got Facebook, we've got so many, the top apps are always games and social networking things like Foursquare, Yelp, all of those location-based GPS applications. If you're trying to create an app for your business, you have to have the strategy. Why are you creating this? Is it going to be an added bonus, or are you planning to actually have it be a revenue generator? Because honestly, it's more likely to be the former rather than the latter. Another added little incentive to create a mobile app that could work and justify its cost is in business efficiency. For example, when I went to LAX one time to get on a flight, we took a shuttle. And in the shuttle, they had a custom mobile app that was directly for that company to chart where they're picking up, what their whole pickup list was. It could change on the fly because they had the app, and it was all integrated and it all worked on it, through the internet, so that you just hook into it, and the drivers can hook into it, be aware of, hey, there's someone else who needs something en route. So that will create a better efficiency, a better service for your customers. That will have a good ROI on it because it will help your overall business, which then creates the revenue opportunities there by better, more efficient business and more business. There's a lot of ways to create a monetization strategy, but basically you need one. You need to get the return on your investment somehow, some way. You need to know exactly how you're going to do that or strategize with an experienced marketing company or app developer who has a great track record in monetized apps. Are you going to make this free, or are you going to have people pay for the app? If you're going to have people pay, how much are you going to charge? The average price used to be 99 cents a couple of years ago, but now it's $1.99. And then they have iPad apps, which, of course, keep the price higher. So you have to think about if they're going to be a free application, then you probably want to have in-app purchases. Now, you want to have in-app purchases for free applications, not pay applications, because if someone pays for something and then they find out, oh, now I have to pay more, they feel ripped off. Likewise, if you offer something that you charge for, make sure that it doesn't have free content elsewhere on the web. For example, one of our clients is a tutor, and he has a website where you can see a few tutoring videos for free, and then you sign up to become a monthly subscriber, and you get dozens of videos that you can watch. Well, some of his competitors have apps, and they charge $4 for an app or $3.99. You buy the app, and then the people realized after buying the app that all the videos were available for free on their YouTube channel. So naturally they felt ripped off. You never want to rip anyone off, of course, especially in today's world of social media. Absolutely never. Always be up and up because it will come back to you, and then you don't have that person to talk great about you. When someone loves your product, they're going to be an evangelist for your company. They're going to shout out to the whole world about how great you are, and that's what your goal should always be, of course. So going back to our 310 tutoring, our tutoring client, we've developed a strategy to have his app as a free app that is an added bonus. Now, the great thing about this is that now when you go to the website to say, yes, I need this, oh, look, I can have an app for free that once I'm a subscriber, I can then access on my tablet, on my iPad, or my mobile phone or Android or anything. And now I have this added bonus where now I could do tutoring on the school bus. I could do tutoring even in the class if this tutor is better than my chemistry teacher. Gee, they told me how to convert grams to moles. I'm confused. Let me go to Alex. Oh, my God, look, Alex did it so much better. Now I know. So think about what your monetization strategy is. Fake apps versus mobile apps, don't want to spend a lot of time with this because it's kind of a minor thing, but there are some people that promise, oh, we'll make an app for you for $50. Well, it's probably a ripoff. Some of these aren't even real apps. They're essentially modified mobile websites, and they're hosted, some of them on websites, or they just make a shortcut on your phone or tablet. So these things are really just not worth it. Get a real experienced app developer who has a track record of doing some good apps that can really help you out, and you will probably expect to pay a lot more than $50 though. And how much could you expect to pay? you're looking at about $5,000 minimum. Why? Because you have to get a quality developer that's not going to create something that's going to crash or that's not going to work. Your quality developer has to then be on call to make some bug fixes, some additional tweaks, because inevitably there will be something. Apple is always coming out with higher resolution screens, new models. You always have to constantly update your apps. As you know, because if you have an iPhone or an Android or an iPad, you know you're constantly having to update the apps that you've already downloaded. So someone has to do this, and you are not an app developer most likely, so you're going to have to pay someone to do it. You also have marketing expenses, because the reason why you're doing this is there's so many apps out there. You want a piece of the action, but there's millions of them out there. So how are they going to find your app? You have to do some marketing, then it costs some money. You're going to have to put out some ads, do some organic marketing, social media marketing. You're going to have to also pay someone who knows what they're doing to optimize your storefront on the iTunes Store or Android Store, and also do some website optimization so that people that are searching for the apps will all point to your app, hopefully. So now we're going to talk about some basic offers that we have for people who have watched this webinar only. We talked about a lot of different marketing capabilities and strategies here, from proper website design. We touched on some social media marketing in this webinar and the last one we did. We talked about SEO, building mobile apps, marketing consultation, all of that. Since there's too much to list out every single offer that we have, we're going to say anyone who mentions that you were on this Broadcast Louder webinar, you will get 10% off any and all services that you want through Circle Marketing. How do you get in touch with us? Very easy, circlemarketing.com, or just send us a friendly email at hello@circlemarketing.com. So I'm going to turn it over to Susan to see if we have any more questions at this point.
Yes, there's actually one more question here.
Awesome.
And the question is from Clint, and it says, so if you are a retailer, then you don't want them to land on your homepage for your business?
If you're doing pay-per-click ads, if you're a retailer, let's say that you're a shoe retailer again, because that's the example we've been using. So you have a shoe store in Jersey City. Why are you making a pay-per-click ad? If you're trying to sell them a shoe, or a particular shoe, maybe your best-selling shoe, or you want them to sign up for your mailing list, then you want a reason why you're spending the money. If you're just trying to buy a pay-per-click ad and then have them just go to your homepage, then it's less trackable. It's less easily trackable, because you can always track everything, but it's less easily trackable, and you're not giving them an option to do anything at your homepage. So Clint, if you're a retailer, get in touch with us, and I'll give you, since you've asked a few questions, I'll definitely give you a free consultation that you won't have to pay for, because it sounds like you have a few questions, so I want to make sure you get the actual answers that are going to help you out the most in your particular business. Look at that. We do that for Clint because he's a nice guy. But to answer your question,
nice.
I wouldn't send just general traffic to a general page, because you're going to get way less conversion that way, and you're going to end up spending more money than you're going to end up making than if you had a more targeted approach.
Great. So I just want to thank Louis Tenguet again of Circle Marketing for this fabulous lesson,